What's up, everybody? What's going on? I hope all of you are doing fan-freaking-tastic. Mike, are you doing fan-freaking-tastic?
I am doing fan-freaking-tastic right now, James.
Alright, and I hope all of you out there are doing fan-freaking-tastic as well, because tonight is the show of shows, the grand spectacle. It is time for Wrestlemania!
Wrestlemania! So good.
Yeah, the show was so big, I couldn't do the show myself, so we are here with Mike, aka Solitaire. He's going to help me run through the matches, and trust me, there's a lot. Oh boy.
There's lots.
Yeah, about 15 of them.
It looks like to me, yeah. You know how last year it was about 7.5 hours long? This looks like it's going to be like 9. It's just so big.
And I'm going to say right now, if all those New Japan fans out there can sit through a 7-hour Wrestle Kingdom and not complain, then I don't see what the problem here is then. I mean, heck, it's
yeah, that's right.
It's called, heck, they know what they're getting into. It's called Wrestlemania. It's supposed to be the biggest wrestling event ever, so yeah, there's that. Alright, so...
There is.
Alright, so let's get into the matches, shall we? Alright, first up, we got the Women's Battle Royal. Okay, I've already got my sole pick on this one. Who do you got?
You got your pick on this one. My pick on this one, Asuka to me is the most obvious choice.
That's what I was gonna say too, because the fact that Asuka lost her belt that soon to Mania, she went from almost being in a main event to immediately being on the kickoff show within a matter of 2 weeks. So Asuka deserves to win this match.
Yeah, exactly. And the second for me, if it was to give me a little bit of a shock thing, Ruby Riott. And yeah, that's pretty much it for me on that one. Like, I'm so annoyed with that storyline, but you know, it works for the main event.
Yeah.
So.
All right, so moving on, we got the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, and did you see that picture I sent you on Facebook the other day about the graphic that they used?
No, I didn't. No.
Okay, well, I looked at the raw graphic that they put to advertise it, and on the graphic, okay, these Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, this usually supposed to have about 30 people on it, right?
Yes.
I counted, and they only put 29 people on the graphic. So,
yeah.
Right now I have 3 suggestions about who isn't that 30th superstar that could possibly win it. Alright?
Okay, then.
Alright, let me know if these are one of your picks, because I actually have 6, but these are the 3 that I did not see on the graphic. Alright.
Okay.
There's a lot of rumors going around about Lars Sullivan possibly winning it. I heard that he had an anxiety attack, and if he can win at WrestleMania, that definitely might cure it.
Yeah, that might cure it, but also at the same time, it's the biggest show of the year, and regardless of whether or not he's on the kickoff show, I'd hate to see if that played against his anxiety as well. Because he's a really good talent. He's a really good talent. And, you know, he's a genuine monster. You know, Braun Strowman is a genuine monster. He's a genuine monster. We could use another one. There's space for another one. Who else you got there?
Okay, I like to see Bray Wyatt make a return. I'm missing him.
I'm missing that Bray Wyatt too, man. I'm missing that big hoss as well.
Yeah. All right, and my third pick that I did not see in the graphic is mainly to give him something to do. Dean Ambrose. Roman is in a match. Seth Rollins is in a match. Dean's kind of going off the grid. I'm not sure if he's sticking around with the company or not, but I guess winning the Memorial Battle Royal could like give him one last good victory to ride off into the sunset with.
Yeah. I mean, that's a far off third choice, I think. But and for reasons later on that we'll talk about. But that is an option to bring him into the fold, as it were. For me, like out of the ones who are selected, that are in it right now, I can see. You know, there are shock value guys that could win it, and then there's obvious choices, quote unquote. So we've got Braun Strowman's obvious choice, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was one of my. He was one of my other 3.
Yeah. You know, the way the way Apollo Crews has been going in Andrade, those two are my three. Like, those two are the rest of my three to win. Because the rest of it's pretty weak to me. I mean, even the Hardys, but it doesn't make sense for them to win. But you never know.
Yeah.
But I honestly think you're right on that one. 30th person.
Yeah, and my last two choices. Now, I know this seems very outlandish, but I wouldn't put it past WWE to do it.
Yeah.
What if, like, Colin Jost or Michael Shea actually win it?
Oh, dude.
Like, both of them eliminate Braun Strowman right there at the end somehow. Like, Braun Strowman Braun goes to run at them, and they just, like, do that whole run to the rope and then pull it down spot.
Yeah, because they could easily slide out the bottom, couldn't they? And then do nothing for most of the match and then come in.
Yeah.
You're right, actually, that's a blindsider for me. Nice, cool.
Alright, so you want to move on now?
Yeah, let's get to the next one.
Okay, the Cruiserweight Championship is on the line as Buddy Murphy defends against Tony Nese.
It's been an interesting build up to this. Yeah. But it's not the greatest, you know. Like, there's some stuff in there, and Tony Nese has been doing some good work, but it hasn't been concentrated specifically at Buddy Murphy for long enough. You know what I mean? So I think Buddy Murphy to retain on that one.
Well, now I'm going to go the opposite direction on this, and I'm actually going to choose Tony Nese because, like Tony Nese's entrance, I actually have 8 reasons why I think he's going to win.
Oh my God.
Okay. One, to my understanding, it was Buddy Murphy who went to Tony Nese for help to get on the 205 Live roster. 2, Buddy tried to hide from Tony at the Performance Center, but Tony found him. 3, Buddy tried to attack Tony during an interview, and it didn't go so well for him. 4, Buddy Murphy is overconfident, and he's taking Tony Nese very lightly. 5, it was Buddy Murphy who...
Yep.
5, it was Buddy Murphy who betrayed Tony Nese, and Karma won't like that very well. 6, I think Tony Nese deserves because he's been working hard since the Cruiserweight Classic, and I think it may be a good feel-good story for him at the show it shows. Alright, 7, Buddy Murphy has built himself as a good heel, and Mania is like the perfect stage for a feel-good story for, the heel just got what he had coming to him. And number 8, he has an 8-pack, obviously.
Aha, true. There we go. He has an 8-pack. Yeah. Okay, I can see how that would work. Also, I'm going to add a 9 to this.
Okay, go ahead.
Buddy Murphy probably needs to move up to the main roster at some point in time. I mean, he's technically on the main roster because they do televise 205 Live. But yeah, from the main arenas on tour. But yeah, I think he needs to move up as well. Yeah, but Tony Nese, you're right. He's got an 8-pack.
Yeah, that 9th reason is his belly button. His belly button is a muscle in its own right. Okay, alright, so moving on. The WWE Championship is on the line as Daniel Bryan defends against Kofi Kingston. And if Kofi doesn't win this one, I'm gonna be shocked.
I think the stadium will fall to pieces in a riot if he doesn't. And here's the thing: is that we know that Daniel Bryan's ready to. He will totally drop the belt to Kofi Kingston.
Yeah,
he will
definitely.
do that. Yeah. So we've got no questions about whether or not he's got an ego about whether he's going to keep the title, because this is a good storyline. Of course, it's technically it wasn't Kofi's storyline to begin with, but he took the place of Mustafa Ali, and I do like that they have a mutual respect as well with Kofi Kingston and Mustafa Ali. It's going to be a hell of a match, and this has been a good build. It's been a fast build, you know, in the scheme of things, but it's been a really good build. I mean, I literally leaped out of my seat when Big E and Xavier Woods did that gauntlet to get him in there, and it was just amazing.
Wait, was that during the live stream? If so, I might have to go back and take a look at that.
Oh no, I haven't been doing those live streams on a regular basis. I'm only going to do the pay-per-views for the moment.
All right. Well, do you think the New Day is going to break up at Mania?
If the New Day does break up, I'll be surprised. And the main reason is that they're a massive cash cow.
Yeah.
And there's no reason to break them up. It's the same thing with the Fabulous Freebirds, right? Mm-hmm. They didn't break them up for years. They're sort of just the storyline ended with some injuries and things like that. But the main thing is that the New Day is too good to drop the ball with, because regardless of whether or not they're on the storyline, when they get on screen, they're given free reign to do whatever they want, because they won't screw it up. Exactly. I honestly don't think, like, the rumors are, someone's going to turn. If they do turn, I'll be surprised.
Yeah. All right.
I won't be disappointed, but yeah, I'll be surprised. Yeah.
All right. Moving on. Roman Reigns versus Drew McIntyre, and a lot of people think that because Roman came back from his leukemia battle, he's probably going to be expected to win, and there's probably a lot of people out there that is expecting him to win. But I'm going to call Drew McIntyre for the upset here.
Yeah, look, I do think that Drew McIntyre and Roman Reigns have a future feud much longer than just ending here. And it's not, there's no title on the line. It's just two large guys coming at each other and giving something. They're giving something for both of them to do on WrestleMania. Because both of these guys together, I cannot see a bad future for a storyline with these guys. So if they start properly the storyline here and it stretches out over the next year, I'm all good with that. Because I do believe that Roman Reigns and Drew McIntyre Roman Reigns is definitely the future, and Drew McIntyre is definitely like the heel future. They've got some magic in there, and I can't wait to see what they can pull together in this. It's not really the biggest match of the night, but it's like it's in there. I can't wait to see what happens with it. Yeah.
Well, another reason why I'm hoping Drew can win is because he recently beat Seth Rollins, and he was the number one contender for the Universal title, right? Mm-hmm. And I guess I'm going to have to talk about this later, but I think after Mania, Drew's definitely going to become number one contender in his own right.
Yeah, I think he has to move. I think he has to move up, and they have to move him quick, because he's Drew McIntyre. I just love that guy.
Alright, so this next match is for the Intercontinental Championship as Bobby Lashley defends against Demon Finn Balor. We already know how this is going to go.
Yeah.
Sorry, Lashley.
Sorry, Lashley. You're going downtown. Lashley's been a good hand, obviously, but yeah, I agree with you on this one. I think that's about as much as I want to talk about that match, really, because Finn the Demon is coming. They teased the Demon.
Yeah.
So.
Hey, refresh my memory. Who was that won at WrestleMania 34 in that Fatal 4-Way, or was that a triple threat? I can't remember. I know Finn Balor was in the match. Did Finn Balor win? Did Finn Balor win last year?
I'm unsure on that one because it was such a long day. It was a year ago. Yeah.
Hold on a second. Let me check this out right quick. Hold on. 34 results. Okay. Because there was something I was thinking about, and I might bring it up when I get to the House of Black situation, but let's see here. Oh, so yeah. Yeah, Seth won that one. Never mind. All right, so yeah, never mind that point then. Okay, moving on then. So next up we got AJ Styles taking on Randy Orton.
I am excited for this one because I just want to see what AJ Styles can do with Randy Orton.
Yeah.
Randy Orton's always going to be good in the ring.
Exactly.
But as we've seen in the past with Randy Orton and really good wrestlers, he steps up to the plate. So like with Seth Rollins, the whole lifting up, the curb stomp to the RKO, just you couldn't have, like, just so beautiful, right?
Yeah.
And when he steps up, he steps up. This, actually, I think that's going to be a real, I want to quote, it's going to be a real slobber knocker. I cannot wait for that one.
You're going to quote JR to JR, huh? Okay.
JR to JR, yep.
Alright. Well, personally, the way I feel about this match is both AJ and Randy, they've kind of been on like a little bit of a losing streak as of late. They kind of slipped under the radar, right? But
Yeah.
I think Randy Orton needs this victory. Personally, I think Randy Orton needs to win it.
AJ Styles doesn't need it. No, you're right. AJ Styles held the title for 600 days, or whatever it was.
Yeah.
You know, he doesn't need it. He knows they're on that tier down from the top tier at the moment, and they're at the top of that tier. However, I do believe, because I still respect those two veterans. Randy Orton winning would be great, because we haven't seen a lot of success from Randy Orton. We've seen a fair bit of Randy Orton, but I would like to see him come back. Maybe not to the heights of him and John Cena feuding, but definitely back up the top there where they're giving him a lot more screen time. Mainly because he and AJ Styles are coming up to the end of their career. I'd like to see something happen big with them in the next 2 years. So
Exactly.
yeah.
Alright, so next up is a fatal 4-way tag team match for the women's tag team championships as Bayley and Sasha defend against the Iconics, Natalya and Beth Phoenix, and the Samoan Slaughterhouse of Nia Jax and Tamina.
Yeah. This is going to be a killer of a match. Now, a lot of people have said, it looks like they're just throwing all the women in there because, I've got to give them their WrestleMania moment. No, that's not it at all. They know for a fact that this is going to be something that is going to blow people away. We've got powerhouses. We've got Beth Phoenix coming back in the ring. She's another powerhouse. We got the technical abilities of Natalya. The Iconics have great mat technique. I mean, they're really top notch. I mean, you see them get people on the ground. They're grappling. They're grappling all day long. It's almost chase pan. But Sasha Banks and Bayley, we know they're gonna step up. I'm not sure who's going to win this one. I'd like to see Sasha Banks and Bayley retain, because I think the titles need the women's tag team championship needs to have a little length with one team for a little bit.
Yeah.
I do know that this is going to have lead into a proper feud. So, who it's going to be with is another question.
Right.
Sasha Banks and Bayley, Iconics, I think, is probably going to be the outside chance.
Yeah. Alright, so I'll go with Bayley and Sasha Banks too for defense, but I would really love to see Nia. I would really love to see Nia and Tamina win it. The only way Natalya and Beth Phoenix should win it is if we're promised that Beth will have a good run in her for a little bit longer. And they've got a habit of bringing in Hall of Famers. Yeah.
But at the same time, Beth Phoenix is still a family woman,
Yeah, she's living on the edge right now.
Yeah.
Alright, so either. What, you're just now getting at it? You're just now getting at it?
Yeah.
Okay. So, either Bayley and Sasha to retain or Nia and Tamina. That's my picks. All right.
Okay, cool.
All right, so next up, this next match is kind of in question. I'm not sure if it's going to happen or not, but it's a United States Championship is on the line as Samoa Joe is supposedly defending against Rey Mysterio. If this match really is about to happen, who do you see taking it?
Yeah.
Personally, my pick would have to be Samoa Joe because I'm finally happy to see Samoa Joe on WrestleMania. Finally.
With a title.
Exactly.
Dude. So that's two things out of the way. You know, when he got the title, I lost my mind. I was like, they did it? They what? Samoa Joe has the United States Championship? I was like, oh, about time. You know, but Samoa Joe for me. I just want him.
Yeah. But, now, if Rey Mysterio isn't going to be in this match, I think whoever wins the Andre the Giant Battle Royal, depending on who it is, should be Rey Mysterio's replacement.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the because of his injury, right? So.
Yeah. All right, so let's move on now. To the
I'm just thinking. Yeah, no, it's all good. Yeah, keep going.
Yeah. It's a fatal four-way tag team match for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships as the Usos defends against The Bar, Rusev and Shinsuke Nakamura, and Aleister Black and Ricochet. And now I'll try to bring this up during the whole Finn Balor match, but it didn't really go so well because of the whole Seth Rollins victory info. But all right, I freaking love Aleister Black. Okay, and
yeah.
I've kind of been saying this for a while now that even though I love Aleister Black and even though I love Ricochet, I really don't love them as a tag team because it seems like they're just two NXT favorites that WWE's main roster decided, hey, you know what, let's just make them a tag team. Alright?
Yeah.
Because it seemed kind of random, right? But I think with the way I was looking at Aleister Black though, okay, I'm a big fan of his mystique and I'm a big fan of his entrance, right? I keep thinking that Aleister Black has. I have a feeling that Aleister Black has what it takes to be sort of like an Undertaker for the next generation of wrestling fans, right? And I would love to see somebody else try to somewhat get a winning streak going for themselves. So, even though I hate to say it, I kind of want to see Aleister Black and Ricochet win this match just because it's WrestleMania.
Yeah. I'm of the same mind on that one. Out of the two, like Ricochet's just an amazing athlete, but he does not have. He's got a level of charisma, but he doesn't have Aleister Black charisma. Like, you know, Aleister Black doesn't really need to talk. He's just got this look. He's just he can do things in the ring that his timing is just incredible. Like, he is next level. I want to see Aleister Black get in there eventually and have that chance to do so. If they drop the titles to them, I'll lose my mind. I'll lose my mind. I'm going to lose my mind during WrestleMania anyway. But for me, I'm kind of thinking the Usos would retain, mainly because they've been concentrating the storyline on Jimmy and Jay. So, yeah.
All right,
but they're always going to do that with the Usos, aren't they? They're basically family. So, yeah.
Well, all right then. Okay, so next up is apparently Kurt Angle's last match as he takes on Baron Corbin. Last time Kurt Angle said he was going on a retirement tour, he left TNA to come to WWE.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's right.
I'm not sure if I can trust this.
No, but at the same time, he's at that age.
Yeah.
He's at that age where this is very probably his last one. Now, the problem I have, as most people do with this one, is that Baron Corbin seems a little bit arbitrary. They had a little bit of a storyline. So I think that Baron Corbin's not going to end up being the person.
No.
To compete. No. You think the same way, don't you? Yeah, so.
I saw this little thing in a YouTube comment. I can't remember what the video was, but somebody says that they think Kurt Angle's going to squash Corbin, and Angle's going to ask for a real challenge, and then somebody else is going to come out.
Dun, 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 dun. Yeah.
I didn't see that coming.
Yeah, that's right. You know. Yeah. Well, you can't see him. But yeah, so that's it. It has to be Cena turning up.
Yeah.
It has to be.
Yeah. One of the
I didn't think you'd say a squash match. I would have just thought John Cena just comes out and stops and says no.
Yeah. Alright.
Yeah.
So next up, Triple H takes on Batista. Didn't Batista say this was going to be his last match?
Yeah.
Alright, well, if Triple H loses, he must retire from in-ring competition. And I forgot to say, this was a no-holds-barred match as well.
Yeah, and I honestly think Triple H has still got it in to go, but Triple H is just too busy. This is about the time where I'm not sure how much influence he has over the main roster, because we know he controls NXT. But at the same time, he's bringing in a lot of people from NXT, and they're getting handed off to the road managers and the writers, and getting tag teams for whatever reason. We're getting Lacey Evans walking out saying nothing. Doing a Chris Jericho, it's weird to me. Even Chris Jericho doing that was weird to me. But I wouldn't be surprised if it is his last match, because he's just got too much on his plate. The build for this one's been good. I like it. Yeah. I like it. It's two old veterans, two old friends doing it. I'd like to see Batista keep his undefeated streak against Triple H, but yeah, it's gonna be an interesting one. But Triple H doesn't need to be in the ring. He knows that. Yeah. He knows that. Yeah. I mean, he can come out and be an enforcer once in a while, but he doesn't need to be in the ring.
Yeah, I mean, heck, in my opinion, Triple H isn't like too good of a shape at his age right now. Okay, it's almost like a Vince McMahon. Yeah. It's almost like a Vince McMahon kind of thing. The only difference between Triple H and Vince McMahon, Triple H can actually work. But
yeah, that's right.
So yeah, and a lot of people would hate Batista to end Triple H's career like this soon, and it's been way too long since Triple H has walked into WrestleMania as the babyface. Yeah. Okay. And Triple H, he hasn't had the best of luck at WrestleMania. Really?
No, he hasn't.
I mean, I think the last time he won a WrestleMania was 31 against Sting. I think.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
32.
That's a long time.
Yeah, 32 he lost to Roman. 33 he lost to Rollins. 34 he lost to Angle and Rousey. So.
Yeah.
And if Triple H was going to retire like that, I think Triple H would have to pick one of his NXT guys to do it.
Yeah. So you think he's going to win?
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I hope he wins.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, especially considering the Ric Flair storyline.
Yeah, exactly. Do it for Flair, man. Do it for Flair.
Do it for Flair. That's right. 70th birthday. Yeah. All right, yeah, moving on from that one.
All right, next up, the Universal Championship is on the line as Brock Lesnar takes on Seth Rollins. I think a lot of people are expecting Seth to win, but I kind of don't see it. I mean, I'd like to see it, but I don't expect to see it.
Yeah, I don't expect to see it either. If it happens, it happens. And I won't be shocked either way. It's been too long for me to be shocked against Brock Lesnar or whatever it is. Seth Rollins winning it, I mean, he's going to give us a show. He's really going to give us a show, and he has to. Lesnar, like a lot of people, down talk on him, but man, his ring psychology is still tight. He will take a big pause, shake his head off. He'll take the blows. He's going to get knocked around in this one. It's going to be a really good match. But after that, after the 6 F5s, was it like something like 6 F5s? I'm picking Brock's going to keep this one just to make people more frustrated.
The only way that I see Seth Rollins winning this is if he's going to be dropping it to Drew McIntyre later.
Yeah, exactly. with interference from Ambrose. That's where I wanted to say in this one. If Ambrose comes in and does the big distraction, or
that could work.
Yeah, because I mean, them two hugging at the end of it would be good. And if he does interfere and something happens there, you know, does he turn heel? Does Dean Ambrose turn heel and confirm that he's staying with WWE? Because it was a really weird way to say that Dean Ambrose was not looking to renew his contract. They put an article out on the WWE, but we haven't seen that before, where they've announced months out that he's not going to renew his contract. So whether or not that's, I mean, I don't know what happened on social media. Maybe I mentioned it there, but Dean Ambrose doesn't really like doing social media, and I think we're getting worked on that one, and if he turns up, interferes, that's when we're going to see a double underhook DDT on Seth Rollins in the middle of the ring at WrestleMania for a little bit of a shock upset.
Yeah.
But that's the only way they're going to make this match interesting to me. That's it. Yeah, he wins with interference.
I mentioned this on my My Dear Letters. Brock Lesnar has beat both Roman and Dean at WrestleMania before. So let's just see
That's
if
true.
Yeah. So let's see if he can do a clean sweep of all three members of the Shield, but we'll see where it goes.
Yeah.
Alright, so next up is a Falls Count Anywhere match of The Miz taking on Shane McMahon. Yes or no? Is Shane McMahon going to jump off something?
Is this even really a question? Yeah, well, we know that there's going to be something very high that's there. We know the Miz is going to be underneath it, and we know he's going to roll away.
Yes.
Yeah, Shane McMahon goes down on this one, and from a great height.
Yeah. Yeah, I would kind of like to see the Miz win this match, because it's been a while since Miz has been babyface. But one other thing I would like to see, though, is, okay, it's WrestleMania, it's a big show, alright?
Yeah.
They don't do Falls Count Anywhere matches very, very often, alright? Now, back what they did on SmackDown with the Miz vs. Sanity, that could be like a good, somewhat watered-down prequel about what we're about to see, okay?
Yeah.
What I'm trying to say here is that one thing I haven't seen from a Falls Count Anywhere match do is where they just go off into some crazy places to do the match at. Like out in the parking lot.
Yeah.
Like backstage to the catering area. Not just out in the crowd, but I want to like see these two like get some good distance in this match.
Yeah. See, they've got a real opportunity here to just keep the match rolling while the other ones roll.
Exactly.
Yes. Like, if they're going to cut the time down anywhere, this is where they cut it down. So, yeah, you're right. So, like, 3 matches roll, and then just cut back. They're still going.
Yeah, I haven't seen many Shane McMahon heel matches, so I can't. I know Shane McMahon's been heel before.
Oh yeah, he was a massive heel during the Attitude Era.
But I can't remember if Shane ever did any those big leaps while he was a heel, because I can already see one thing going on. He's gonna tease the big leap, and then he won't do it just to get under the crowd's skin.
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing: is that there's just so many factors to this match. So many factors. The Miz is going to have his dad ringside. His dad can interfere in the match. A whole bunch of things can really go nuts.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. I'd like to see them just get lost around the stadium. I think that'd be amazing.
All right, so we finally reached the main event now of a winner-takes-all triple threat match, as Ronda Rousey defends her Raw Women's title, and Charlotte defends her SmackDown Women's title, and they take on Becky Lynch. To be quite honest, I was telling my friend Eddie about this, that I think that this triple threat match is a way to save Ronda Rousey's undefeated streak. Like, she doesn't have to be pinned or submitted
Yeah,
to
so
lose her belt.
yeah, so she doesn't take the pin.
Yeah.
What you're saying. Yeah. It's an interesting thing here because obviously this is not so much about unifying the titles as much as it is putting it on one person. So I don't think that we're going to see just one women's title immediately. But I was always confused with having the two titles because I didn't think there was enough of a roster. I mean, for it to be split, and of course the brand split isn't going to matter come October. Once Fox has Fox/Disney has the WWE contract, they have to get everybody on from both shows over to SmackDown because that's got to be part of the deal. Ronda Rousey is a big drawing card for that, and currently her US network appearances on Raw aren't going to keep Fox interested because that's just not the right channel, is it? So this is going to be a good one if Becky Lynch wins. That's all I was going to say. Yep.
She's the main event with orange hair.
Yeah, that's right, exactly. I think they cannot put out the fire regardless. It's going to be nuts. And if she wins, it's going to be 2 feet deep in confetti at MetLife. So,
heck, Alexa Bliss will probably just have to stand in the tank full of confetti and say, okay, that's enough when it gets up to her nose.
yeah, exactly, right.
Alright, so, yeah, I'll love to see Becky Lynch win it too, but I can see WWE, like, pulling off some kind of a bad upset to, like, make the fans leave home angry.
Yeah. Look, I mean, here's the thing. We know that Charlotte Flair is WWE for life. Ronda Rousey having those titles puts advertising money in the pockets of the WWE. However, for the future of the company, you either go Charlotte Flair or Becky Lynch, and you can go Charlotte Flair to piss everybody off, like you say, but you go Becky Lynch if you want a truly memorable first-time experience of women main eventing in the winner-take-all match at WrestleMania 35.
Alright.
If you really want to have that flagship fly, you go with Becky Lynch, and I would be surprised if she doesn't win.
Yeah. Well, I guess that's all the matches finally.
God.
Yeah. And about the whole Disney and Fox thing, I'm ready to see WrestleMania take place at Disneyland one of these years. Just use that big castle as the stage.
Yeah. See, I think that's an opportunity that they will not ignore.
Yeah. Alright, so, Mike, thanks for joining me. And
Thanks for inviting me.
No problem, man. It's been a while. But yeah, I hope you and all my viewers at home and all the superstars competing tonight will remember to be outrageously optimistic year-round. Booyah! We out.
I've got my